My jam man is Keith David at Nightmare in the Fall. So how you doing, guys?
Excellent.
Yeah. So did you ever think you were going to be on Mr. Rogers' show all those years ago and you would do 300 movies?
If you would have asked me that, no, I could have known. I wouldn't. You're asking me something that happened 40 years ago about something that would happen 40 years from now. How would I know? I guess it's a nice thought. I can tell you now from the experience. It was a great experience. Great experiencing that, from then till now. But I could not have done it.
I mean, that's like part of the career. You and Danny Trejo are in a race to see who can be in the most movies ever.
The next time I see him, I'll ask him if that's something he thinks.
Now let's talk about Platoon. Did you ever think that so many people from that film would go on to be huge stars?
I can't say that I thought about that at the time. It's really kind of great to see how wonderful people's careers have turned out. Are you in it?
I did kind of roles when I was
Do you want to be in it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would like to.
It's fun sometimes. Not always fun. It's always exciting, but not always fun.
Is it true you saved Charlie Sheen's life by catching him before he fell out of the helicopter? So, many of our films are iconic hits. Were you surprised that these films from over 40 years ago are still hits today?
I am surprised, but 40 years ago the thing was not a hit. It was a bomb. It bombed. People, the critics didn't like it. People have continued to like it for 40 years. But it was a grassroots hit. The critics didn't like it, and so people, until they started seeing it underground over the years, it had become a big hit. Today, it's a huge hit. People love it. As you can see at my table, I've sold more Thing pictures today than I have almost ever. Again, it's the 40th anniversary. The awareness of the Thing is very palpable in the air right now. Praise God, it made the big hit. It didn't start out.
So that's like they want to shot and Bob, John Carpenter wanted to turn the studio, so you guys had to shoot like 40 degrees to make it cold for you, right?
I didn't hear this part of the question.
So the Thing was shot in law, but John Carpenter
was shot in what?
Where?
What? L.A. L.A.
Yeah, L.A. My bad. Yeah, L.A. Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. I mean, we call it the land of law, but that's the first time I've ever heard it referred to like that. Yes, it was shot.
And Kurt Russell would blow out cigarette cans to make it look like cool air, right?
Not on screen.
But he would do it on set to make it look when you
as a joke, but not while we were filming, because that only lasts for 2 seconds. You can't sustain that. I didn't really remember. I don't recall that happening. I didn't have to be there when it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. It probably did, but it's not something that no one will sit there to show that there was smoke. It's a joke for the moment.
Is it true John Carpenter loved your role so much that he wrote the character and They Live Just For You?
Repeat the question.
Is it true John Carpenter loved your role so much that he wrote a character and They Live Just For You?
I don't know. Did he tell you that? Huh? Well, then I guess it's true. I mean, I didn't know that. I mean, I know he wrote Frank with me in mind, but he didn't. That seems to answer why, and we never had that conversation. But I'm glad he did.
When shooting They Live, I heard that you and Roddy Piper rehearsed your fight for 3 weeks and really hit each other.
And really hit each other or rarely hit each other?
You really hit each other.
No. We rehearsed it 2 or 3 weeks, and Roddy never hit me. I hit him once during that. And you know, now that I think about it, I might have hit him once. I hit him in the face once. But that doesn't mean I didn't hit him, you know, we didn't make contact. Prior to that, I don't remember, again, it was 40 years ago. But I've never felt safer in my life than fighting with Roddy.
It was only supposed to be like 30 seconds, but John Carpenter loved it so much that he let the whole thing stay.
Again, that's a John question. I mean, I know we rehearsed a fight that wound up lasting on screen for 7 minutes. That's the way I always thought it had been intended. He modeled, as I remember, John modeled that fight after a fight in a John Wayne movie called Quiet Man. That's all I remember about it. Whether he intended it to be shorter, and all I know is it was a good fight and he kept it.
Why never allowed his character to have a name in the movie? It was hard not to call him something.
Why didn't his character have a name?
Yeah.
He did have a name. I'm sure you didn't have a name.
That's what it said.
Huh?
That's what it said.
It only shows to go you don't believe everything you read on the internet. His name was, I mean, they called him Nada or something like that. He did have a name. It wasn't a name that we repeated over and over. You know, it wasn't like we was buddies and hey, he never called me Frank. You didn't even know my name was Frank. I don't think.
So you're the president on Rick and Morty. How do you like the new voices?
They're fun. I mean, I haven't seen the show since the new voices came in, so I have nothing to compare it to. But I believe it continues to go on because it's okay.
Do you think Justin should get his job back?
Again, above my pay grade.
So
I mean, I don't, you know, I mean, like you hear what you hear on the internet, on the news, and whatever. I would think that it's an ongoing investigation. So, because of that, there's nothing for me to speak on or about. You know, that's a court case. I can offer an opinion, but it's just an opinion that's uninformed. I don't know all of what all went on there, so it would be inappropriate at best for me to offer an opinion about it.
So you watched a lot of games and you got to even play a version of yourself in the Saints Row. How did that all come about?
One of the producers, writers, got an idea and we went with it.
You did the voice work for Beat. How crazy is that? They call it Tupac's Killer.
I believe they just, that was a late innovation. Yes, no?
So you did a lot of movies fighting monsters. What was it like playing a human monster directly?
I guess that's a matter of opinion if you think I was a monster. As far as I'm concerned, I was a businessman.
You were were in one of the biggest movies of last year. Were you disappointed you died so fast in the movie?
Do I wish I had more to do? Yeah, of course. But that's another story.
Do you prefer voice acting or do you just like writing?
I like working.
Whatever you can get money from?
You don't always get money from work. I like working. So, it doesn't matter what the genre is. And of course, I have a family and I have to support them, so I care about money, but I don't always work for money.
And another actor with a fantastic voice is your Platoon co-star Charlie Sheen. Did you think you would have done Candyman justice when you were at level?
I'd like to hope so, I think so, but again, that's an odd question. Because at best it would be different. It would just be different. But it wasn't my role to have. It was Tony's role, and he was brilliant. That's why you even mentioned it. Because he was good at it.
One day at a time.
More than once.
What role do most people quote you when they see you?
Depends on the age group. Depends on the time of day. I've been lucky and fortunate. I've done a lot of things, so different people respond to different things. Today, everybody was responding to the thing. Most people responded to the thing and Goliath today, this cover.
What's next for you?
Hopefully, the strike will soon be over and I'm going to go back to work.
How do my followers follow you?
I have an Instagram page. Follow me at Silverthroat.
Fun question time. You're on death row and it's time for a find your meal. What is on the menu?
Right now, I can't imagine what I would be on death row for, but I'm sure it would depend on how heart healthy I want to be at the time. Since I'm going to die anyway, I might as well go with a good heart.
So it's death row and time is over. How are you getting executed?
I tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not hanging myself.
Maybe we get like firing squad or like injections?
Again, odd question, but you know, I have no desire to take my own life or to do anything that's going to put my life in jeopardy. So, you know, I'll move on from that.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, man. Take care.
What if I get a